Today we talk about 10 stocks for 2019. I've also put a few bonus stocks down on here, but these are 10 stocks that I'm probably going to be looking at buying at some point. I won't buy them all, but there's just certain things going on with stocks that make me interested in them. I'll talk about each stock. I'll probably spend about a minute on each one. But overall, 2018 was an amazing year for the stock market. Some did well, some didn't do too well. But yeah, not too bad of a year. I think 2019 could be better. Obviously, I came out on this channel back, I think it was 3 months ago, and I said that I'm selling all my shares in the stock market because I don't like what's going on right now. And since I've done that, the stock market's gone down big time. I managed to protect myself quite a bit. I saved quite a bit of money because I sold a lot of my stocks that had done well. There was just so much going on. I could sense that the stock market wasn't in a good position. When I was talking about on this channel, I talked about a few things that were going wrong with the stock market, and it happened. And the stock market's down quite a bit since I sold my shares, so I've done all right there. And I said that I'll get back into the stock market into 2019, and that's what I'm planning to do. I don't know when exactly. I said it was going to be towards the back end of 2019, but it could be a little bit earlier now. I'm just kind of like I say, if you watch this channel, you know why I sold my shares in the stock market. But that's probably going to get solved a little bit earlier than what I expected. And also I've had a bit more free cash come in than what I expected as well. So I'd like to probably do something with that rather than just letting it sit in my bank account. So I'd like to probably invest in some of these companies. Overall, the stock market, like I say, I think it might be in a better position. We've got the interest rates probably calming down and not going up as much. We've got the China trade war. Looks like there might be a little bit of a solution going on, but I said the same thing about 6 months ago and nothing ever happened. The big date is February. I think it's the 1st of February. We'll see what happens if tariffs come into play, if there's a trade deal that comes out. February is a big day for the stock market. Massive for the Chinese stocks, but the stock market in general as well. The stock market in general will move off that China trade news. A lot of companies are affected by it, especially like Apple as well. They'll be affected by it, and that's probably the reason on that date if Apple goes up for 2019 or it goes down. And the stock market pretty much moves generally around Apple as well, so it's something to make sure you consider as well. But let's get stuck into the video. 10 stocks for 2019. So number one is Microsoft. Microsoft, like I say, was my number one pick last year. It's a great company. I'd prefer to get companies at 52-week lows, but there's good companies at 52-week highs. The 52-week highs. It will carry on going up. There's a company that I reckon should be going 150 a share, 200 a share. The dividend will keep going up. Well-run company, great EPS growth, great revenue growth. A great company overall. So I like Microsoft, and I'll continue buying shares in that for a very long-term hold. Is at Microsoft for me. I don't know if I'll ever end up selling them shares on that video. Number two, PayPal. Like I say, another company at its 52-week high, but when you look at the EPS growth, revenue growth, you can see why. Great company. I think it was my number two last year as well, so them two haven't really changed too much. Number three is JD. I think number three last year was Boeing, but number three this year is JD, and I put in brackets February. The reason why I did that is because I won't actually buy this stock until February, until we know what's going on with the trade news, but it's just jumped up a little bit over the last few days, so it's looking for a breakout, and if that news comes out, that should push it to go higher and have a decent year. I think it's massively undervalued, is JD. It's a company that should be up near the $40 per share range for sure. So it's not a company that I don't know if I'd hold long term, but it's definitely a company that I feel like would be undervalued, and I think you can make a good return on that one. So I'm watching that one closely. Number four, if you don't like JD, Alibaba's your one. I think with how cheap these Chinese stocks are, you would be a bit of a fool not to pick up one of these Chinese stocks with the growth they have. Even when the economy is slowing down big time, there's some great growth in these companies. Number five, Facebook. Long term I still believe in that stock. I believe that the company can grow them revenues through the adverts. So we'll see how that one does. I think it might be another year before Facebook actually sees that push up. So I potentially might wait on that one a little bit, but it's if you don't mind having it in that money in that company, then it's a good price to be purchasing it at. I don't know if it could go too much cheaper than what it is. Number 6, Nvidia. I think this is at a massive discount. I think that should be in the $200 per range. You know, they're just involved in so much stuff and so much growth in the company. I really like Nvidia. That could easily jump into number 3 spot depending on what happens with these three going forward. Number 7, I've always said a payment company. Visa, MasterCard, even Square is attractive at the price that it's at right now. I'd look at getting one of them. Number 8, Boeing. Just a solid company. A little bit more to the overvalued side than what it has been for like the last few years. But still a great company. I would hold it. Number 9, a stock that I've been watching. I've been like going, whoa, it keeps going down. I might jump in here. One of the stocks I used to hold like 2 years ago, I think it was Ferrari or Race. Really good company. Strong product, strong brand. I'm watching that one very closely. I reckon them shares are valued in the $130 and $40 range. So I'm watching that one close, and don't be too surprised if there's a few videos coming out about that one going forward. Watch it very closely. Number 10, a company I really like, Toll Brothers. I really like Toll Brothers, and it's a company that I'd really like to buy this year. Obviously the housing market isn't in a great position right now in the US, but I think that might resolve itself by the end of the year, I'm hoping. But Toll Brothers is a company I'd like to own. Strong company, strong management, do really well even though the housing market's been terrible. High-end luxury company. So I'm looking to get into them at some point in 2019. We'll see what happens. Like I say, I don't really know too much yet what I'll do, but yeah, it could be featured on this channel a little bit like Ferrari. And then just a few stocks at the bottom that I thought I'd mention. These just missed the list, but strong ones that I'm going to be considering as well, so I couldn't rule them out. Disney, with what they're doing this year, it'll be a great one to watch. FedEx being hit by the news about Amazon, but Amazon only makes 3.4% of the company revenue. You know, it's down at the $180 per share range. When you got the rise of e-commerce as well, I think that stock should be a lot higher than what it is right now. So that's a good opportunity. Adobe, this was on the list last year, but I feel like it's gone to a little bit more of the overvalued side right now. Still a great company, still well run, still great growth. I just don't know whether or not I'd want to get any more shares than what the price it's at right now. I feel like it will go up. I just think it's going slightly overvalued now. Apple, I think that's massively undervalued right now. I think it has a couple of problems long term, but I think it's undervalued. So maybe consider picking a few shares up on that. And Royal Cruises, I think it's been hit for a long time, and I think with the growth it has, management as well, you know, the assets they have, I think great dividend as well for the price actually. I feel like they could go up a little bit more. I think they've been down there for a while and are due a bit of a return up to the tops of its 52-week highs. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one as well. But I probably because these are three high luxury stocks, I probably wouldn't own all three. That's probably the bottom of them three. You know, Toll Brothers and Ferrari would be probably the two I'd choose right now. But I'm just watching them very closely overall, to be honest with you, with Royal Cruises. And those are the stocks, guys. I said 10 stocks for 2019, but a couple of bonus stocks down there. Let me know any ones that you're watching close that you think might do well in 2019. And I'll see you on the next video, guys.